Hello, Dr. Castleberry here, Program Director of Media Production and Communication at MACU. And for this installation, at least, course instructor in our Media Production Techniques course experience. I'm here with the next part in our video syllabus series. And for this portion, I want to take a moment and talk about video discussion. What is video discussion? What does it look like? How should it roll out each week? And what are the expectations for you all, the students? I'll try to keep my words brief, but like any good faculty member, it's appropriate to sometimes spend time unpacking ideas. So bear with me in that regard. Video discussion is designed to function like a traditional discussion that you would find in perhaps 99% of online courses. All right, online courses kind of build their pedigree on the shoulders of discussion as an integrated form of interacting in space and time in what we call asynchronous fashion. It's asynchronous because whoever encodes the messages initially is doing it at one point in time. However, it is received or decoded by the audiences or students or stakeholders is happening at various other times, and then their responses are happening potentially in other spaces and points in time. And after that, we even often encourage or require peer responses. That is to say, not just a post, but a response to others' posts in a timely fashion. And so all of that is taking place within each given week. But we in the communication major have built a foundation upon this concept of video discussion. And it's because as studiers of communication, we want to become practitioners of communication. We know its importance, its value. And so even if it is not the first thing that we would say to ourselves, yes, today I've woken up, I absolutely want to make a video, put it out there for the world to see, or at least in the context of a class, my classmates and instructor to be able to view. We have to overcome that obstacle. It is innately built into what we are as practitioners of communication. We know students need to get better over the course of their degree pursuit at communication, at verbal communication, at written communication, and in this century, at digital communication. So we're working on improving our verbal, oral communication skills, as well as nonverbal communication skills. So anything that's not spoken word is nonverbal, but we're also working on those digital communication skills. Now you have the convenience, you can use Canvas Studio just a couple of clicks away, right there where you're activating or accessing your work each and every week. You can pull up Canvas Studio in your post area and simply connect it to your web equipment and rock and roll. You can do that from a mobile device or preferably from your desktop or laptop. And so you will have a video prompt from your instructor each week. You can locate that video prompt in the announcements. If you don't check your announcements very often, you're behind the curve, right, the normal progress of the average student in college. So be involved in seeking out those announcements. Don't wait for something to pop up and tell you. You want to be proactive in your approach to the messages of any given course that you are enrolled in. But our instructors will drop a video prompt each week in the announcements feed, and you will locate it there, and then it will provide instructions for your video response. And it is a video response. If there are other issues, contact your instructor, but it is something we assess for, and thus it is sort of built into the architecture of what we are doing and accomplishing in this major. And in a course like Media Production Techniques, where you are making multimedia shorts each and every week, really video discussion is a kind of a, it is prerequisite that we're engaged in that mechanism. So you'll post a video response according to those instructions. There's at least going to be 2 prompts, And one is going to provide the information and question of the week relating to our learning objectives. And then the follow-up prompt is likely looking at you and what questions you may have as you're working on your next big assignments or things of that nature. Okay, and so video discussion is a really important part. Try to meet the deadlines of your posts, because if you simply wait and turn those in late, you're not really helping to spark dialogue with your peers. We're missing out on opportunities to engage with one another, to encourage one another, to provide support, and also not just about accountability, but maybe helping each other get better through some constructive feedback. And so all of that can happen in the video discussion area, right? So it's located in that traditional discussion area of your course, where the differences we're asking and incorporating more video elements. Mine or the instructor's initial post, your initial post, and then when it comes to peer responses, that is to say, responding to 2 or more peers each week, you can type those out if you like. You could even create an audio file if you like, or you could even do video responses if you so choose, and we'll take each of those into consideration as options. But given that we only have one video discussion prompt per week, so long as many classmates are active as possible, we like to encourage you. 2 is sort of like a low end of things. We'd really like to see active dialogue and engagement happening with peers. So that's a little bit of insight into video discussion. Appreciate it. You don't have to record and upload the video discussions onto YouTube. You can just use Canvas Studio for it. It's a little bit lower resolution, a little bit easier, I suppose, to access it. But if you're interested in archiving your personal work, you can consider, as we will with larger presentations, perhaps even in other classes, there are other avenues, venues for posting and sharing your work. Looking forward to hearing from you, seeing you all, and facilitating some conversations in this course.